I hope you are having a great start to your week so far. I was lying in bed last night reading my book right before bed, and I came across this quote that I thought I'd spend just a few minutes talking with you about today. I am reading the book Grit by Angela Duckworth, and I'll try to put a link for the book below this video, but highly recommend it. I'm probably 2/3 of the way through it, and it's just an interesting look into the kind of research and study of this concept of grit, right? Of perseverance, of persistence, kind of never giving up. And it's interesting as she dives into really trying to figure out, are we born with a certain level of grit, or can it be developed over time? And you'll have to read the book, I guess, to find out the answer. But I came across this quote that just kind of made me stop and think a little bit. And I had this little flashback to my corporate career, and I wanted to share it with you because I believe it's applicable to literally every area of life, and something that, whether I'm working with those athletes or entrepreneurs or business leaders, right, it's something that I push day in and day out, right, to never give up, have that grit. So here's this quote. I'm going to read it so I don't mess it up. When you keep searching for ways to change your situation for the better, you stand a chance of finding them. When you stop searching, assuming they can't be found, you guarantee they won't. When I read that, I flashed back to my corporate career where I was in some roles that, frankly, I just didn't enjoy that much, right? There's things I like to do, there's things I don't like to do, and in some roles I've been in, I've been forced to do the latter, right? I've been forced to spend 90% of my time on the things that drain my energy. And I think we get to a point, and this is in our careers and our jobs, whether we're growing a business, it could be with relationships, our health, where we're going to hit that wall a little bit, right? It's going to become more difficult to find the answers, get the results that we want. And we really have two choices at that point. We can give up and give in to the situation that's been thrown our way, or we, like this quote says, we can continue searching. We can lift up whatever rocks or rugs. We can ask whoever we need to. But we have this attitude of, I'm going to keep searching till I find the answer that I'm looking for, that's going to help me get past this roadblock in my life. I will admit, a few times in my career, I was the second part of that quote, where I assumed that answer could not be found, and I stopped searching. I became complacent. I just kind of sat back in my chair and said, well, this, I guess, is the way it has to be. It's never going to get any different or be any better than this. What I have learned over time is that we have to have this attitude of continuous improvement, of always searching for what we want out of life. If you want to be healthy, if you want to eat right, if you want to look a certain way where you're proud of yourself in the mirror, then you need to keep searching. If you want that ideal job or that ideal career, you have to be willing to search day in and day out and use your energy to find what you're looking for. One example that Angela brings up in this book, which I think is really interesting, they took these different individuals in the corporate world and they had them take this kind of grit class where they taught them to organize their day in a way where it was heavily weighted towards the things that they like to do. And they taught them how to delegate all of the other things that just suck the energy out of them. So they had this performance review and had peers review them, 6 months later after they kind of gone through this exercise and created this ideal world. And the results came back, and all these peers were saying that these individuals were unbelievably effective after having gone through that class. It's like they got better. And all they did was they kept searching for ways to fill themselves up with the energy they needed, doing the things they enjoyed doing. They tried to delegate the rest so they could be focused on being the best they could at those things they enjoyed most. It was just interesting to me that when we keep searching, we will find it if we have that attitude from the start. I'm lucky that I kind of had that attitude in certain roles as well, because I don't do very well sitting still for a long time, let alone being complacent in my situation. So I wonder for you today, as you read that quote, right, when you keep searching for ways to change your situation for the better, you stand a chance of finding them. When you stop searching, assuming they can't be found, You guarantee they won't. I wonder for you, what part of your life that you may be sitting back being a bit complacent with. And I wonder how you could start searching. I wonder what that first step would be for you. I challenge you today to think about that and to figure out what that step is for you. Where can you start searching where perhaps you haven't looked in a long time or ever before? You can build that grit. You can persist. You can persevere. You are worth it. So take the next steps to do that for yourself. I hope you have a phenomenal rest of your day. When I turn this off, I'm going to go take one big step forward for myself personally and my professional life and my business. Watch out. Here we go. And as always, don't hold back.